Welcome to my science class. With me, we are looking at sound wave. Okay, so we are just actually continuing from where we ended. For those of you who have been following me, we are still looking at the same topic. Okay, so today our subtopic is pitch of sound. Pitch of sound. So I want to understand what pitch of sound is. So the pitch of sound describes how high or low the sound is. How high or low the sound is. That is the pitch of sound. Okay, so now this same pitch of sound, it depends on what? Frequency. High frequency produces high pitched sound, while low frequency produces low pitched sound. Okay, so we can get an example of a bird sound. A bird sound. We are talking about the common bird. Now the sound of that bird is higher pitched than a lion's sound. Why? Because a bird is always in the universe. High. When we compare to the lion that is on the ground. So when you look at the frequency there, the bird carries high frequency, whilst the lion low frequency, and as a result, the pitch sound there for the birds will be high, then the lion's low. So you can wonder, why is it so? Because a lion has got a loud roars as compared to the birds. It's because of the what? The frequency. As it has described, that pitch sound, this actually depends on what? Frequency. Okay. So the higher the frequency, the higher pitch sound. While the lower the frequency, the lower pitch sounds. Okay. So likewise, a woman's voice is higher pitched than a man's voice. Okay. So the human here can hear sound with a frequency ranging from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, or 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. Okay. So anything above or below that, that is the sound below or above this range, cannot be heard. So if the sound, the pitch of that particular sound is above 20,000 Hz, it cannot be heard. And when the pitch of that particular sound is below 20 Hz, it cannot be heard. Okay, so the only sound that can be heard by a human being is the one which is ranging from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Okay, so that is about pitch sound. So let us look at now loudness of sound. The loudness of sound depends on the amplitude of a what? Of a sound wave. So different from the pitch sound. Pitch sound depends on frequency, but the loudness of sound depends on the amplitude, okay, of the sound of a sound wave. The larger the amplitude, the more energy the wave has, and the lower and the louder the what? The sound. So when the amplitude, it means when the amplitude is high, the sound will be more louder. Okay. Then loudness of sound is measured in decibels. So loudness of sound is measured in decibels, which is abbreviated as dB. D small letter, B capital letter. Okay. So sound above 80 decibels, 80 decibel or 80 dB becomes noise to the human ear. So if the loudness of that particular sound is above 80 decibel, that becomes a what? A noise to a human being. Meaning, a person cannot get any information there. All he or she will be getting is just noise. Okay. Now, let us look at the table. The following table shows the loudness of sound from various sources. So let us look at the loudness of sounds from various sources. So we can talk of breathing. When you are breathing, that sound you make, breathing, is what? 10 decibel. Then whisper, when you whisper, okay? When you whisper, that one is 30 decibel. Refrigerator, for example, a fridge, that sound it makes is falling under 40 decibel. Then conversation, when you are talking to each other, you are discussing something. The measurement is what? 60 decibel. Then the car, you start an engine, that sound which a car makes, that one falls under 70 decibel. Then helicopter, that sound from the helicopter, that one is 100 decibel. So meaning this one has gone beyond 80 decibel, which is the normal one. So this one now becomes a noise. Okay? For helicopter, that one becomes a noise. Then police siren, that one, wing, 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 wing. Those sounds, they are just noise because that is 120 decibel. Then fireworks, those are noise to a human ear. That one is 140 decibel. So this particular table is actually showing the measurement of sound sources. Okay, we have heard that sounds, loudness of sound is measured in what? Decibels. You must actually master that as a candidate. So thank you so very much for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Pedagogy Learning with Mr. A Plus Zambia, and stay tuned for the next lesson so that we can actually complete our main topic, which is sound wave. See you in the next class.